Hi, I'm Nathan, Ninjamonkey. I make videos related to Japan, aim to help you get informed of all things travel related and anything a potential tourist or visitor to the country might be interested in, and put it in one easy to follow video for you to watch. I do the research so that you don't have to, and I hope to point you in the right direction to make your trip easier, memorable and perfect in every way. So, I've actually traveled to Japan multiple times and I've stayed in Tokyo so many times that I've actually lost count. And this question keeps on coming up. Where should I stay when visiting Tokyo? So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 pointers that you might need to make an informed decision on where exactly to stay in Tokyo, as there really isn't a correct answer, to be honest. Hopefully, using the tips in this video will help you find what works for you. I will also be giving you my opinion and let you know where I tend to stay and why later on in the video. As always, I would love to hear your opinions in the comment section. Let's get a conversation started there and share our tips with one another. In this video, I'll be looking at some rules to help you choose your hotel, and not necessarily going to be going into the types of hotels, but I can always make another video about this. If you're interested, let me know. So, I'll be splitting the video up into 3 main parts. The first one being making your stay convenient, the second one being what makes a good location to stay at and why, and finally, where do I usually stay and what's the reason. Tokyo is huge, so it's important that you stay somewhere that is convenient, but then again, Tokyo is so big that convenience isn't necessarily an area, as you might need to take public transport, sometimes for quite long journeys between different parts of the city. So the question remains, where should you stay when visiting Tokyo? Location, location, location. I'd like to give you some rules or questions to ask yourself that will help you decide where might be the best areas for you to stay. If you have access to a JR pass, then the Yamanote line will be your golden key to the city, giving you free access to travel around the loop line upon showing your pass. The Yamanote line is Tokyo's most important train line. It is a circular line which connects Tokyo's main city centers, and there are departures about every 2 to 4 minutes in each direction, making it easy to catch the next train as long as you know the direction that you're going in. And if you're wanting to catch the bullet train, known as the Shinkansen, then only a few of these stations actually have access to Shinkansen trains. The main stations being Shinagawa Station, Ueno Station and Tokyo Station. And if you're not traveling with a JR pass, then basically I think all of these tips might probably apply to you, so please keep on watching. So many people actually gravitate towards staying in Shinjuku area, but contrary to what might be popular opinion, Shinjuku does not have any Shinkansen terminals, meaning that you will need to take the Yamanote line to either Tokyo Station or Shinagawa Station to use the closest Shinkansen bullet train. A trip from Shinjuku to Tokyo Station is 4 stops away and between 13 and 15 minutes travel time, but always bear in mind how much luggage you might have if you're traveling in a large group, or you might be traveling during rush hour, as this might make or break your journey. A trip from Tokyo Station to Shinagawa Station takes between 18 and 20 minutes and is 8 stops away by comparison. My first tip is therefore to stay either near the Yamanote line or near a Shinkansen station, as this will help you navigate the city and at the same time make traveling out of the city on the Shinkansen a breeze. And let's face it, there's lots of day trips away from Tokyo that you might want to go on. The second thing that you need to consider is how far you're willing to stay away from a train station. Tokyo is not the type of city that you can really walk on foot, and you will be needing to use public transport. There really isn't any way around this. I always recommend that you stay close to the train station, preferably at walking distance, as it will mean quick access to your room when you're tired and or when you simply want to drop things off. Some people might recommend staying near touristic hotspots, and that's all good and sort of convenient, but Tokyo has so much to offer that you'll likely want to explore different areas anyways, so you will be using a lot of public transport. Alternatively, you can always find a hotel 1 or 2 stations away from the main Shinkansen stations or the Yamanote line. This can also work in your favor too, but remember that you might need to factor in changing different train lines, and that makes things less convenient. Just a quick note before I go into where I usually stay and why, and ultimately what is my recommendation. If you're interested in this and like my videos, you might consider subscribing. Interestingly, a large amount of viewers are actually not subscribed. I don't know why. So go ahead and turn on the bell notifications to keep up to date with all future videos, and I would love to have you as part of Team Ninjamonkey. And don't forget to like the video, as it tells YouTube that you're interested in this type of content and will hopefully help my video reach a wider audience, helping me out too. We're closer to a live stream, which I promised and I aim to do once we hit 3K. We're nearly there, team. We can do it. I also actually made a Japanese hotel tour video, which you might be interested in. If you're interested in knowing what different hotel chains and hotels look like, then please do check it out. So now back to the video. And finally, where do I normally stay and why? I usually stay in the Ueno station area. Not only is Ueno one of Tokyo's main hub stations serving some of the Shinkansen lines, but Ueno is also between a 5 to 10 minute train journey to Tokyo Station, which serves all the other Shinkansen lines. 2 stops from Akihabara, a short metro ride to Asakusa, and has good access to the Skytree area too. And hotels tend to be cheaper too. I love accessing the parks and nearby museums and the zoo. It's especially a great place to stay in the spring during Sakura season, and I find that I actually spend more time walking around this area, sometimes even going to Asakusa and Akihabara by foot. And yes, I know that Shinjuku is a little bit far away, about 25 minutes or more train ride, but to be totally honest, once you choose where you're going to stay, you'll likely end up traveling for these lengths around this mammoth city anyway. So I choose Ueno area or sometimes Asakusa area due to it normally being a little bit cheaper, and in my opinion, because it has some awesome links to the rest of the city too. So team, if you're planning to visit Tokyo or have visited before, where do you stay? What was your experience like? And do you have any tips for everyone else watching this video? Let's learn from one another. I'm always willing to use a tip anyone has to offer, and I'll closely be looking at the comment section of this video to see what you have to say. So to recap, I put together this Venn diagram which I think that if you put into practice, you'll be able to find a good hotel regardless of the location that you want to stay in. Always ask yourself, how accessible is the Shinkansen or the Yamanote line? What price point and comfort level are you looking for? And how far on foot would you need to walk to the station from the hotel? If you can find a hotel in any area of Tokyo that meets these 3 recommendations, then you are definitely onto a winner. I do hope that asking these questions will help you find the right place for your next stay in Tokyo. Anyway, thanks for watching what I hope is a useful video. I'd like to thank all of my supporters. I receive so much love and encouragement that it really helps me keep on going. I really like all of your feedback and comments. They mean a lot to me. So thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. If you haven't already, then you might want to check out my backlog of videos where I travel around different locations in Japan. Not only will you hopefully get some ideas of places to visit and things you might be interested in doing, but you'll be helping my channel out too. Leave a comment in those videos too. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on which ones you liked best. I will continue to link a playlist of some of my favorites to get you started. I am really looking forward to returning to Japan too. I've been making loads of videos regarding different news of when Japan might reopen and what's going on behind Japan's closed borders. So check those if you haven't already. I make videos weekly, usually on the weekend, so please tune in for those updates. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's get a conversation started in the comment section. I do try to respond to as many as I can. Don't forget to like the video, as it tells YouTube that you're interested in this sort of content. And if you've watched all the way to the end and have subscribed, then welcome to Team Ninjamonkey. Till next time, arigatou gozaimasu, gracias, thank you, bye.